Coming up on Commodore News, we'll look back at the Maury Band's experience at the Peach Bowl, as well as the success of Maury's indoor track team. All this and more on Commodore News. Welcome to this Commodore News for Friday, April 24th. I'm Ryan Grossart. Yesterday, the Maury JV baseball team traveled to Suffolk for a game at Kings Fork and pitched up an impressive 13-7 win over Bulldogs. The softball team lost to Granby 10-0. Now here's Sequoia Saunders in the control room with today's events.
Thanks, Ryan. The varsity baseball team will compete against Norview at Maury High School. Game time is 4 p.m. And the term grad testing will begin next week. All sessions will begin at 7:30. Back to you, Ryan.
Thanks, Sequoia. Commodore News correspondent Charlie White is a member of the Maury Jazz Band. Recently, he caught up with band director Mr. Ezra Washington to reflect on the band's trip to Atlanta over the winter break.
This winter break, the Maury Band traveled to Atlanta to perform for the halftime show at the Peach Bowl. In the same week, the band competed against other high schools invited to the Peach Bowl and received second place overall.
Yeah, the Peach Bowl was great. We actually went for a 5-day event, or I guess it was a 4-day event, but we had 5 performances. We got into the Peach Bowl for free as part of our package. All the meals were taken care of, but we had a concert band assessment, a jazz band assessment. We marched the New Year's parade in Atlanta, Georgia. We played the pregame for the Peach Bowl on the field. We went to Hard Rock Cafe. We got to hang out in Atlanta, go to the varsity. There was a lot of cool things that we did. New Year's in Atlanta, 5 days, great trip.
All right, so the Peach Bowl was pretty good. We had our concert band, marching band, and jazz band competitions, and we got second place in all of those. It was really good. It was a good experience for the band members to see, what different bands sound like and things like that.
As a band, we grow as musicians so much more when we actually take ourselves out of our comfort zone. We live here in Norfolk and we perform in Norfolk and everything, but when we actually leave as a group, you let the music take you somewhere else, and then you're going somewhere else for the express purpose of performing. You have a different mindset. For the rest of the year, the jazz band, we have our jazz festival, which is going to take place the end of April. We go to Tallwood and we actually compete. It's really cool because all the bands from around the area, all the other jazz bands get to do a festival. And it's just like the assessment that the concert band does, but it's a little bit more laid back because it's jazz and we have a good time doing that.
You can see that the Maury Band has an active schedule even now. In fact, they're already practicing their field show for next fall. For Commodore News, I'm Charlie White.
Thanks, Charlie. Commodore News correspondent Sequoia Saunders also runs track for Maury. Now she takes a look back at the success of the indoor track team.
Indoor track at Maury has been an important part of our sports success. We owe many of our successes to the fresh new freshmen, the oncoming footballers, and passionate runners of our school. But we couldn't have done it all without the help and the motivation from our coaches, Coach Farabee, Coach Franks, and Coach E. Our monthly track meets were held at Boo Williams Sportsplex, the only indoor facility that is big enough to accommodate our track and field passion. Recently, I spoke to Sean Blunt on his freshman year on the track team.
Sean Blunt, and I ran an indoor track, the 55-meter dash, the 4x1 meter dash, and the 4x4 relay. One achievement that we accomplished was we won the regionals in the 4x4, and some of the accomplishments that I hope for the future is go to nationals for outdoor and become state champs and win states for football. My favorite and worst race was the 4x4 simply because it's very tiring and it's action-packed. So at the same time, you got to be fast, but also you get tired real fast. So it's like.
I went on to talk about his and the team's success this year. He was able to finish second in the 100-meter dash and second in the 4x2 relay. He'll also be a New Balance national champion one day, and so far, even with the change in seasons, Sean has still continued to work towards his goal in outdoor track. You can catch Sean running during outdoor track meets too. For Commodore News, I'm Sequoia Saunders.
Thanks, Sequoia. Just a reminder, The Maury Boasters auction will be held tomorrow night at the Norfolk Yacht and Country Club. Thank you, Maury Boosters, for everything you do for our school. For everyone here at Commodore News, I'm Ryan Grossart. Have a great weekend.